today's video, I want to do something else. I want to do a reaction video of LinkedIn. I did a reaction video earlier this week. I got a comment from Mohammed. Let me look up what his name exactly is, or at least his YouTube handle, as it's called. Mohammadal Yarusha 1726 replied to my first ever reaction video. Why are you so bad at this? For me, this was a motivation to expand my reaction video efforts and to make a reaction video about LinkedIn and to see how the algorithm does, see how the messages that appear on my timeline, how they do, look at some comments perhaps, and see if we can find something interesting. To show you that I'm not lying or anything, here's the comment. Of course, this is not demotivating for me. This is fuel on my fire. But let's dive right into it. Let's see what the new things are. Okay, I'll translate this for those who don't speak English. Okay, did you know that the innocent cocoa melon is tested on kids to make it as addictive as possible? Okay, this sounds very promising. The author can become very angry because of this. If we look at the mental health problems of our kids, it's super obvious that there's a direct connection with shareholders that do everything to make sure they get as much profit as possible. Well, how do they do this? For instance, by making kids intentionally addicted. And that's a good business plan. Whether it's about TikTok, vaping, or Cocomelon. I have to be honest, I've never heard of Cocomelon. The smart people in the world are continuously busy trying to make kids addicted. Okay, the smartest people in the world even. Instead, being busy with their mental health care or mental well-being. We can't put the responsibility with the kids anymore. I don't think we could ever do that. Or not even with the parents. Their influence is limited. The responsibility is mostly with companies and with policymakers, and on our society that is driven by profit. Thanks for this article on NRC. It's a Dutch newspaper. It's clear that there has to be an impact documentary about this. And this has become clear to the author after having several conversations with parents and experts. She asked if we want to help her with that. She'd like to hear our ideas, input, and stories. So this is the original. Imagine you're 15 years old and you are surrounded by friends on the schoolyard. Then do you choose for the temptation of a glistening vape or a shiny vape in the one hand, or a folder or flyer filled with warnings about health risks in the other? Vaping, to defeat vaping with flyers is chanceless, or doesn't stand a chance, according to Sophie Vermaning, who is a pedagogist, so knows a lot about young kids, I suppose. We suspect or we expect youngsters to have a spine, but they obviously don't have a spine, or they don't have a well-developed spine, because they cannot withstand the temptations of these powerful industries. And that way, obesity is growing. But candy is still presented on the height of eyes of children in supermarkets. And instead of judging the policy of the supermarkets, we then give critical feedback on the way that people raise their kids, and that they give them too much sugar. So yeah, that's it's interesting for sure. I think Hannah Verboom is very invested in this particular thing. Also because she wants to make a documentary out of it and then probably make some profit. But I don't know. It can also be that she's completely genuine and this is heartfelt. It's always double, I think. I'm also interested in making profit over the backs of people. It's always over the back of someone else. Cannot be any other way. But in the end, it's a trade, I suppose, of giving something valuable back for something that contains value, aka money. And it's important to be to retain integrity and to deliver something that is actually valuable. And making kids addicted is just a business model. Of course, if you get to the kids, then you have a lifelong consumer. So yeah, I think this is a good post. Okay, let's see. This is a commercial. We're not going to do that. Okay, this is from a coach for men. Okay, this is my kind of guy. I'm also following him, so he's in my lane. Okay, this is a bit long. So he asks, why is it for men more difficult to get out of the body and get out of the head and into the body? Women are more intimately connected to their body. Look at the most important transformations. They are very hormonal, strongly connected to the body, and have strong bodily rituals. I'm not sure what bodily rituals are for women in this particular case. In fatherhood, something happens, also hormonal, but not as far-reaching as with a mom. Menstruation, the transition. I don't know what that is actually in English, but when a woman ceases to be fertile. Men have these rituals less strongly, and so they have to consciously slow down to feel it. Okay, that's a lot of information. And so because we have to slow down, there are a couple of things that you should do, like slow down and be present in your body, live a fulfilling life. Close down your energy leaks like porno, okay, and addictions, all right. And in the end, there's a call to action. Plan a free getting acquainted conversation via the link in the top of the post. Here. Yeah, no, that's good. It's well set up. Goes into the difference between eros and logos. I suppose also contrasting men and women. I like this post because it sort of presumes that women have it more easily in a certain way, because the transitions that they go through are very physical, and for a man they are less so, even though we are as men more object oriented. That's science, not something I'm just making up. And women are more socially oriented. So we have to very consciously do something about it. I think I agree. And it's also good to do it together with other men, I think, in a group, in a forest, on bare feet. Sure, why not? I don't think it's absolutely necessary. I see this more and more happening, where it's very, not necessarily down to earth, but really getting out of a certain mode. Like, this is not an office setting, which perhaps some of these men are in on almost a daily basis. Then it already does something to you when you get out of that setting and you stand in the forest on bare feet. Then it's already changed. Very physical as well. So I'm curious. Okay, so this is about the discussion that has been going on in our parliament about headscarves for Islamic women. Muslims. And so Ivan is saying, in my teams, you can wear what you want, even though I will discuss that deep cleavage or certain leisure attire are not fitting at work. Well, and she herself is walking around often as if she is at a reception or with nice festive garments with makeup and small but well visible pearls. She gets comments about this, and so for some people it's also crossing a line. Okay. But that aside, in one team there's only one white Dutch person, and he has been converted, but that doesn't matter. So why mention it? Okay, doesn't matter. That's a lot of asides. And that there are also a lot of female colleagues that do and do not wear hijab. This also doesn't matter. Okay, so that's a lot of 3 asides already. What does matter is that you ask the right questions without judgment or opinion, and you indicate borders without advice. Unless you are explicitly asked, and then you advise within the framework of your function. Wow, okay. What is the point here? Because you want to be conscious about your own personal frames, norms, and values. Because you are conscious that your own personal frames are a motivation to do your work. but do not have a stage at your work. The one who requests help is the one who's the centerpiece. Okay, yeah. And my fantastic colleagues are central with me, so they are optimally facilitated to do their work. Okay, but then also there's a video that talks about the consequences of wearing or not wearing a headscarf. So yeah, it tries to ride on the train of a recent discussion, as I said, in Parliament. For me, this is a bit of a vague setup to the video, but I think you, if you read through it, you can get the gist of it. Like, she's trying to say that, I don't know. I don't understand what she's saying, actually. Never mind. But let's also look at some comments. Also, other signs like tattoos or ear tunnels, goth makeup, or golden crosses are permitted. You always wear your identity with you. Visible or not, and there's a factor to take into account as a professional. Okay, and a professional knows how to deal with that. Yeah, my personal opinion is I don't give a rat's behind what people wear at work. I wore at my latest job at APG shorts, Birkenstocks, and I would wear a tank top as well. So I think anybody should wear whatever they want, even if it's expression of their religion. Who cares? Just do your job and don't complain about other people what they wear, because then you're not doing your job. So that's my opinion. Okay, Ali B was a rapper. I'm also aspiring to become a rapper, but different kind, like a goody guy, not necessarily a nice guy, but I will, and I hereby swear, I will retain the anything explicit or something that is out of line to my lyrics only, and not put anything of the things that I might be talking about or others rappers talk about in their lyrics, put them into practice. I don't think Ali B ever rapped or talked about doing things without consent to minors, I believe, or to other people in general, or women in general. Rape and attempted rape. So and this is placed by someone, a consultant about sexual health, and then name of an organization, I presume. So this is definitely in her lane. So this is good, and not someone who's just trying to ride a train. So he's been sentenced. I don't even have to read it. I just have to read. So today was the judgment of the court case against Ali B concerning 2 rapes and 2 assaults. And there's a bit of a story about how you would almost read past certain statements. The declarations of all the women are reliable. And then we have the post. So this is like, I have to do very little effort to go through it. This one definitely gets a like from me because it's really good, the way it's set up. I can learn something from this, from Marike. So let's see a couple of comments. Oh, nice. Okay, victim blaming. It's smart to say that I post on personal title. These are always the best comments in terms of entertainment value, not necessarily because their content is so good. So what I notice, so this is what Marioka says, what I notice is that these kind of cases only occur with well-known people with coin, and not with the vegetable sales guy on the corner. First you let yourself be screwed up, I think, like going up, and if that was not the way it was supposed to be, and not okay, so this is about the women. So they let themselves be screwed, according to her, to get to the top, and then if it doesn't deliver what they want, then they go to the police. And how low can you go? Okay, well, I want to see what Marike, the original poster, has to say. Of course, this is victim blaming, especially after the judge has made his judgment. Also, cases in which there is sexual abuse and sexual violence are everywhere. So also with the vegetable salesman around the corner. Okay, I already thought I couldn't trust that guy. These kind of responses cause secondary traumatization with victims and is very damaging. Maybe you should dive into the theme or the topic first before you say these kind of harmful and unfounded things. Yeah, I totally agree. I think people should learn, even though they post on a personal title, learn to, excuse my French, shut up more and do your research. Yeah, that sounds a bit stupid, but yeah. People don't think, some people don't think, don't want to generalize before they say something. So yeah, I think this is it for now. I hope you enjoyed my reaction video to my LinkedIn timeline. Give me feedback. Can't be the same as Mohammed, but I can already tell you I don't know why I'm so bad at this. So perhaps you can tell me. Thank you very much.